I'm opening the back door and I could hear some very loud shouting. This young woman was in fact having a mental health episode. Her mother was about 10 feet away trying to help. Most of the neighbors would stick their head out, you could see them, and then they'd close the door again. My husband said, give it a moment, let her calm down. Then he took the mother out of view, because that was partly an issue between them. And I just said, may I sit with you? And she said, yes. And I said, may I hold your hand? And she was weeping. And I said, tell me your story. And so she did. And I don't know what prompted this. It was absolutely the Holy Spirit. But I said to her, I believe you. And I completely believed everything she said. And her face lit up and she looked up for the first time. And she said, no one has ever said that to me before. And I said, well, not only do I believe you, I would love to pray for you for healing and for freedom. I said, what faith do you have? Do you come from any specific faith background? And she said, yes, I'm a Buddhist. And I said, well, I'm a Christian. I follow Jesus. And I really believe he wants to help you. He is here with us right now. So may I lay my hands on you? I was already holding her hand and pray for you. And she said, yes. We'd been together by that point, probably 45 minutes of me just listening. And so I prayed for her. And I can only describe it as the most kingdom moment of my life. I felt like the very presence of the entire Trinity was completely with us, in us, around us. I could sense love and power. It was probably one of the most tangible moments of my life that I experienced God, was in that moment of her deep pain. And as I finished praying for her, she just said, I just feel so much better. And I was able to ask for some cloths because she had blood all over her. I was able to say, can I help you clean up? And I helped her change into fresh clothes. And then she went to work, which was shocking because most times, at least we found out from her mother later, she would end up in the hospital. About a day later, her mother showed up with flowers. And I answered the door and she said, these are for you, thank you. Are you a professional in mental health? And I said, no, I'm not. I said, you know my husband's a cop. He knows what he's doing. She's like, yes, but you met with my daughter. And I said, yes. And she said, well, if you're not a professional, how did you know what to do? And I said, well, I'm a Christian. I said, and I prayed and I asked God, what should I do to help her? And I just did whatever he told me. And she said, well, you're real Christians then. She said, no one has been able to help her move from an episode like that into a actually coherent ability to go to work for the evening. And she said, something happened there. Thank you for running towards us when most people don't want to deal with the mess of life. And we were just so blown away because you would think, wow, you're so great for running and helping. But actually, profoundly for me, I experienced God in the most intimate way I've probably ever had in my whole life by running into her pain.